Hi.
We are live. Hi. It's official. We're real. It's starting. It's happening. This is live right now. Hi, I'm Evelyn Arribas. You know me from the IE's morning show, obviously. And I'm here with a really special person from First 5, Riverside. We've got Heather Hernandez. This is our very first virtual town hall.
Yes.
Pretty cool.
It is. It's interesting.
It's weird because we could see people that are on the screen, and as they're going to ask some questions in just a little bit. But before I'll just get a little started on why we're doing this virtual town hall. Basically, it's as a service to you, mommies, daddies, caregivers, everybody involved in a child's life or upbringing, 0 to 5 and beyond. This is really a kind of a cool thing. I've been involved with First 5 Riverside and First 5 California for quite some time. I remember the first time I got involved with First 5 was when my daughter was 3, and that was my first daughter. And now she's 11. And since then, I've had a couple more babies. And I always think about how I've used basically the resources from First 5 throughout all 3 of their lives. You kind of think that when you have one baby, you're like, okay, I made it. She's in kindergarten. I got this. I'm good.
Yeah.
And then you have another baby, and by the way, that doesn't end there, obviously. But then you have another baby, and you go, I know, I've done this before. It's not good. I got this. And everything's different.
Yeah.
Everything is different.
They're not the same.
They're completely different children, and that's why it's so wonderful that we have a really cool resource like First 5. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what your services, what your programs are like?
Sure. Well, at First 5 Riverside, we provide services. We provide funding to agencies to provide those services to within Riverside County. Okay? And they're really limited resources, and they are between PCE, in education, as well as in health.
Very cool. So I know one of your big focuses right now is on, I know we've heard in the commercials and all of that you guys are doing marketing-wise, is about the early child's brain development. Baby brains, that's what I like to say. And so what are some of the programs that you guys offer for early childhood development, as far as we're talking just like brain development for the kids?
As far as early education, we have different initiatives, and some of those go into scholarships and with education as well as in health. So within the health realm of it, we're able to provide services to agencies that actually do the services.
Okay. Commercial. That makes sense.
So for example, you have your dental, your vision, as well as your medical.
Right.
So we provide the funding for those services to be able to happen in Riverside County.
That's perfect. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because somebody has to be able to fund those things, otherwise we're not going to be able to have access to them. So that makes perfect sense. We have some really cool, okay, so I'm going to be honest, we have a few people who are in our Google Hangout that we're doing right now, who are brave souls, brave enough to have some questions that they want to ask you, and First 5 and about programs and things of the like. Also, we have some people who are watching live our stream on the website right now. Hi! That were a little more nervous, but definitely submitted their questions. So I do have some of those questions. But first, let's go to one of our brave souls. We have Chris, who is in the blue shirt. Hi, Chris. Oh, okay. You can go ahead and unmute yourself, Chris, if you'd like to.
Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted. You're good to go. Tell us all. What's your question?
Well, basically, my son, he has a phobia of choking recently, and he's not eating very well. So I'm wondering if there's a way that I can convince him that he's not going to choke, so he'll eat better. So I feel like he's actually, consuming the right things.
Well, that makes sense. There's a lot of kids that have phobias. Oh my gosh, we go through that all the time. Kids just start getting afraid about certain things. Do you have resources that can help them with that?
Yeah, actually, there's books out there to be able to provide those types of resources. Books that are geared towards children. For example, if your child has a fear of nightmares, there may be a book out there to be able to go over it with them, as well as other resources. For example, on growinghealthyminds.org, there's some tips to be able to provide to you far as what it is that you can do for that. But as far as easing some of the phobia, encourage them to talk about the phobia just so that they're able to tell you exactly what it is that they're worried about with it.
Talk it out.
Yeah, I mean that's the best thing for you to be able to see is or hear is having them orally share what it is that they're scared of.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's something to where starting them off with a soft food so that you build up to a more solid food.
Yeah, we tried soup, and that's kind of where we're at right now, and it's not working the best, but we're getting there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, start slowly, just so that you don't get them too scared when you go from food to a piece of meat.
Right, right.
Cool, thank you.
Awesome.
I hope it helps.
No, thank you for your question and for being brave and joining us on the Google Hangout. So let's go to, I'll do one of these offline questions that we have. Kristen in Riverside says, my daughter is already 5 and about to go into kindergarten. What is a good way to get my child to stop talking baby talk? Oh, we love baby talk.
Yes, it's really cute to be able to talk baby talk to your babies. I mean, even when they're 20, they're still your baby.
But I can't do that at 20, okay?
But it's not so cute when you're talking baby talk to your 20-year-old in public.
True.
So, with your question, I would knock off the baby talk with them. Ask them to reword your statement to you. Give them gentle reminders as far as not using the baby talk. Being a role model for them. They pick up so much from you. How you talk is how they're going to talk. For example, you have, some parents can have a slip of the bad words.
Say the bad word.
Yes. So children pick that up. So it's their role model of the parent. So you can be that role model to where the way you speak is how your child will speak as well. So be that role model and demonstrate that for them. And if they need a little bit of reminders, give it to them. Gentle reminders.
I like that. We have another, we have Rhonda from Corona. She says her 4-year-old worries about everything. How do I ease his fears? Is this even normal? That's kind of like what Chris just said.
Exactly, yeah.
And we had some worriers. I know in our household too. My oldest daughter she was the worry ward.
Yeah.
She was very fearful of the wind, everything.
Yeah, it's completely normal for children to be worried. It's really the fear of the unknown because they don't know what might happen. So being able to have a discussion with them, let them know what might happen, and having them express to you what it is that they're fearing, so that you can discuss it. I have an example where I took my son to go watch an earthquake movie, and he freaked out. He was scared. He asked me, "Is my school still going to be outside when we walk out?" And it was
so real to him.
It was real to him, and so it's very normal for children to worry. But it's a matter of how we are able to give them that comfort and give them that ease that everything's going to be okay. So some of the books that I've discussed, as well as some of the tips on growinghealthyminds.org, can support you with that. Very good, very good.
Let's go back over to our Google Hangout. We have Corinda. She asked, let me see here. You are young. You don't have kids, right?
Oh no kids.
I saw something that said. So tell us what your question is.
So I babysit a lot of toddlers, and the youngest one is 3, and I was wondering how early is too early to start teaching a child to read?
Good question. Well, teaching a child to read, literacy there's no too early. You can start reading to the child in the womb, and we encourage that.
We don't encourage that with you.
Thank you.
Yeah. But it's never too early to read to a child, to sing, to discuss, to talk, to dance, because all of that brings about literacy. And when I know you're asking the question as far as reading, but with literacy comes the reading, the speaking, the talking, the writing. So all of it gets encompassed with literacy. So whenever you're able to bring in all of those components, it's always something good. So don't ever think that too early to read to a child is never good. It's always a good thing to be able to read to a child. As far as teaching a young toddler, it really depends on how ready they are for that. But reading to them on a regular basis, that gets them excited about reading, about looking at books. So continue to do that.
And
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. And it gets them oriented with what letters look like and what numbers look like, and so they know the difference. Reading the letters, the words, I like that. We have another question. This one is from Naomi in Riverside. She says, my 2-year-old son likes to bite other kids. Oh, the biting. What can we do to stop him from biting?
Well, with biting, children bite for various reasons. Some of those reasons is, they have a need and they want to be able to express that, but just can't.
Mm-hmm.
They need some kind of oral stimulation, as well as being able to get that attention.
Yeah.
Okay. So depending on what reason why the child is biting, finding out that reason is how you can stop it. So you can't just stop the biting. You have to figure out why the biting is happening to be able to support the child.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, even if, let's just say, you realize that your child, you see yourself telling your child to stop biting.
And then you get mad and you're,
Yeah, but you see yourself doing that and your child's not really verbally communicating with you what they need. So, think about that. What are the child's needs? Why are they doing it?
Right. And then sometimes they see us getting upset about something they're doing, and they know that it's getting a rise out of us.
Yes.
And that's the attention sometimes that they want, right? Yeah.
So, I've been talking about this whole time, but verbally encouraging them to verbally.
I'm noticing the common thread.
Yes. That is
Use your words. That's great. I like it. Okay, so I have another one here from Amanda in Riverside. It says, our daughter is about to start preschool. We cannot afford it, and we do not qualify for assistance due to our income being slightly above the limit. Okay. I actually can relate to this. I can get this. They said, what can we do?
Okay, well, really depending on what county you're from, because with First Five, there's a First Five in every county in California.
Oh, awesome.
So depending on the county, call your local First Five office and ask them what kind of agencies that they fund that can support them. Because personally over at First Five Riverside, we actually, we go by the CDE, the rate. However, we go above that rate. So even if you don't qualify for a specific level, we actually go above that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So give us a call and let's see what agency is appropriate for you.
Really, it's just the research. So, and it's good. First Five is virtually everywhere.
Yes.
That's great. That's wonderful to know. Here's a really cool one. I like this. Connie from Riverside asks, is being bilingual an important thing to teach our toddlers?
Well, it really is parent preference. It's up to you if you want to be able to do it. It's just what's important to you. So some things that I would encourage, an activity that I would encourage to do at home is just label everything in your house.
Really?
Label everything in your house with the 2 languages that you want them to learn.
Okay.
And so it's not necessarily a place to where they're sitting down. I mean, a toddler really can't sit down for a very long time.
Yeah, impossible.
So doing it on a regular basis in the home is more natural. So let's just say, you're labeling your chairs, your windows, your refrigerator.
All the things they see every single day when they're walking around the house.
Let's just say you want them to learn English and Spanish.
Right.
So you write the English and then you write the Spanish next to it. So it's nothing to where I want you to learn I want you to be bilingual.
Yeah, yeah.
It's more something that you see every day, and it's natural.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually a really, really great tip. That's a really great tip. I wish I would have done that. Dang. I got a 3-year-old. I can still go. I can still do it. There's hope for one of mine. Let me see. Oh, I like this one. Jennifer in Riverside says, my son is coloring using both hands. Should I encourage him to use his right hand only? I love this. I'm afraid he'll be a lefty.
I encourage you to allow him to color with both, and when he gets older, he'll figure out what's more comfortable for him. And as far as being lefty, there's nothing will hinder your child from learning differently from a right-handed person. So it's what's more comfortable for them. And the only difference from a left-handed and a right-handed is the left-handed will just favor their left. That's the only difference, really.
Are you sure that's the only difference? Okay, good. That's good to know. My son is a lefty.
Yeah, I have a lefty too.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, so as mothers of lefties, we can talk about this openly. It is so hard to help him hold his pencil.
Oh, it's like this.
I can't do it. I can't. And then he smears his letters and
Yeah, it's I get over it.
Is it more boys that are left-handed than girls?
My boy is a lefty.
It's so funny. Oh, all right. I'll let him go. I'll let him walk it. Let's see. Oh, this is from Jason, and this is a good one too. In Moreno Valley, he says, should we rely on mobile apps to teach our kids, or is human interaction more important? Can I answer that one? I'm teasing.
I completely encourage human interaction.
There we go.
Human interaction, you learn to build relationships, and that's what really builds community. Not to say that apps won't support and aid in teaching, because that also can happen, but I wouldn't have that the sole way to be able to teach a child.
Right. Which makes sense. I'm like, wait, what? Human interaction is better? I just think that's so cute. Always better. Is there anything that we didn't touch on that you'd like to talk about? I know you've got some really cool campaigns. Your Talk, Read, Sign campaign is very, very cool. Can you tell us about that?
We promote literacy through our Read Early, Read Aloud campaign, which encourages introducing and reading aloud to children, which helps them build language skills. And that's something that I've been really talking about this whole time.
Right.
Is the language skills, the oral language, and some of the activities that I brought up bring all of that together to where you have your oral language, you have bringing that out of them is something that will, help support them the further they go along in their learning career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, that's really nice. And you know what? I'm one of those parents who reads almost every night. I will say almost, because there's some nights that we're just so tired. And they're begging for a story, which is great, because then I know we're on to something. They really love to read every single night. And I go, is it just because we're staying up another 15, 20 minutes? I think it is actually because they want to hear. It's even the same stories.
Well, that's good. I mean, don't beat yourself up over not doing it one night or 2 nights. I mean, anything is good. Anything that promotes literacy and language is going to help them later on in life. And even with, we also have with that Read Early, Read Aloud campaign, by signing up, you'll be able to get a free book from First 5.
I was just going to ask you that. You guys have the Potter, what is it? Oh, it's Picnic Day Potter. Isn't that one of the books? Yeah. I think that's one of the books, yeah. Actually, because I saw it. But that is really cool. I mean, that's a good way to sign up and get a download, a new book. We're all about new books in our house. So it's like if we have a trip to the library, or if we can go to buy a book somewhere, they are all about. And they have their preferences now too.
Oh, that's good. So they're going into their own little area.
Yeah, where they know, oh, they like these type of books. You know, we're they like the song books. We're talking about Pete the Cat now.
Oh, I love Pete the Cat.
Pete the Cat. Yep, Pete the Cat. Everybody's Pete the Cat. And we have almost every Mo Williams book, which is The Elephant and the Piggy and all those fun things. They're really, really fun. So they love those because we do the voices.
Oh, that's what makes it so fun.
Yeah.
The animation makes it so fun.
It's what makes it fun for me, for sure. So I love doing that.
We also have with First Five California, they also have an initiative, Read, Talk, Sing. And if you go onto their website, first5california.com/parents, you'll be able to see more of their campaign with literacy as well.
Cool. Very, very cool. Is there anything else that we have not touched on? Probably lots of things, actually. I'm sure there's like a whole bunch more. But of course, if they want to, they can go right to call you. It's great to know that First Five is in every county. That's wonderful. So they can go First Five California. They can find each one, whatever county that they're in.
Exactly.
They can get your resources. They can call you up and ask. I love the preschool. And it's really a resource for parents, but it's a resource for anybody involved with a young child's life. So thank you. Are we good? I think we're good. Was this our first town hall was successful? Yay! Thank you, brave ones that hung out with us. Thank you. Very, very cool. Love it. Awesome. Thank you so very much. Let's do this again.
Fun.
On a Friday night. Bye, guys. We'll see ya.